Okay, so today we'll be looking at an application known as Brilliant Database. It is used for creating a database without coding, and I hope this will help a lot of you guys out there who want to create simple database or application for use your organizations and maybe home and shops and other things. I'm using the trial version, so if it has a 30 days evaluation period. So if you use and you think it's good, you like it, you can buy it on their website. I'll be leaving the link below the video. If you also like the video, like it and subscribe it, and let's also receive your comments in the comment section. Okay, so let's head up to the application and let's see how simple it is. As I said, this is a trial version, so the application starts with this window where if you want to create a new project, you start from here. If you want to open an existing project, then you open from here. So let's start with a new project. Then let's also direct the application to where we want our data for the database, and each file stored. So let's browse and go to my document. I've created a document here as known as contact. We are creating a simple contact application. So with this, maybe if you don't have the contact, you just right click, go to new, and then you have the folder to create the contact folder if you don't have it, or whatever you want to name your application. Then let's change the application name to contact. Let's save it, and let's leave the application title as this is what will appear on the title bar when you open your application. So let's do finish, and application starts with a wizard to help you build a simple application. It already has some default database or application within it. We have the book, contact, documents, events, and so forth. You can start from any of them and build upon them to get a great application. But we want to, since this is a new tutorial, and for the sake of those who are new to this application, we'll start with the blank. So with the blank, this will be the only form we'll be having in our database. So let's do finish, and here we are. This is the interface. This is what we get. So we have only one folder, which is the title. We don't need it, so we delete it. So this will be our toolbar. We have our toolbar here, and then we have our this is our folder list or what first we will call our forms. This is where we will have them. They will appear for us. And for now, let's start with just this. As we go on, I'll be showing that things like the query, like the query result window and the rest. So let's just start with this one. Okay, so to add source to this database or this form, we just have to move to design. From the design, we can design our font, new toolbar, or edit the existing toolbars here. And we can also add our database script or look at the existing database script We can also design with this the report styles. We can also design the styles for our report. And from export or send template, we can also send what we have here, emails, create a web page, copy files to Microsoft Word, to the clipboard, and so forth. And we can also import templates, import or paste templates here. We can also create timers which will trigger from time to time depending on how we create them, something like backup and so forth. And then we also have our application settings, how we want our application to be. You see, after we finish and we are packing the application so that we have a installable, so that when we have installable application, this will be our section. So as we go, we'll be looking at all this, and we have to explore, if we want to explore the project files, our database, the one we are now creating. If we want to explore the files, we can just click there and it take us to the folder, which is our contact folder we created. And we can also, when we finish everything, we want to pack up the application so that someone else, or we can install it as a normal application on our machines. We will do it from here. But now we are now trying to go to the database. So we start from the forms, and these are the forms. So we have our form here. This is the form. We now have only one sheet, which is sheet 5. So let's name this sheet as our main. Okay. So let's go to sheet. We can find sheet here. Okay, let's first look at these. These are our properties. So with these properties, we can manipulate or change things concerning this form, this particular form. Or this sheet. So what we do is this. With individual, you can change the name of this sheet. As it says, to store the blank. So we can name it maybe as the main. Let's name it the main, because it will be our main form here. Then from here, we can change the icon for our contact. When you click here, so we see we have the first contact, so we can choose different icons. Let's choose the one with 2 people. Then okay, and from here we can also show the new in menu. This new, when we click in the main front view of our application, when we click on the menu, we can add new or those things. So by you, let's leave this as it is. We will come to that, and we have the default folder. Where do we want our application data to store? In this application, data are stored in folders. That's every form. Every form you create, like this one, it has to be linked to a folder which is within the database. So if you look, you see that this has created its own folder, which is the blank already. So that's where it's going to store every data we insert or we input in on this form. Yeah. So let's leave it as it is. Then what size, what sort do you want the form to be known, to be associated with? So we have this, and you have only the title code on it. So when you go, you can find the title code there. Okay, so then we have the font. We can change the font in this form. We can change the background. So any color we want. Yeah, any color, you can change the background. Whatever color you want, you can change the background. You know. So then if you want the form to be transparent, we can also use the transparent here. The background, if you want to add, maybe use a picture, you can use this to add a picture so that the picture will be the background. Yeah. So if you want to drop shadow, and also do this to drop the shadow. Then we have the layout. How do we want our form to appear on our computer screen? If we want it to be centered, if we want it to always be on the left side of the screen, we choose. If we want it to be on the corner, we choose the corner. If we always want it to enlarge to fit to the screen, we use that one. But if we want it to be center of the screen, we choose center. So we're maintaining the center for now. Then on our sheet, so as I said, this is our first sheet. We have only one sheet. There are applications or there are times you want to have many sheets within one form. So in that case, we can add extra sheets. Maybe we want this form to only have the main information or the basic information about the person. Then we can take another sheet here like this. Maybe this sheet will also contain data concerning the location or the contact of the person, and as many as one sheet, but we need only one sheet for now. So we delete the last sheet we created. Then we have the order. This order will also tell us the focus order of our folds on the sheet. So maybe from we have different sheets. We know that from sheet 1, when we press the tab, we want the focus to go to the next fold. When we press it, the next fold, continue. It should be in order. If we don't want it to be that way, and if we want it to jump from the first to the maybe second or third, we have to arrange those here. Then the pop-up menu, when you click on it, let's leave this for now. And also the script and behavior, let's also leave this for now. So let's start and build something simple for now. As we said, we are building a contact database, and we want certain fields, like the title. Yeah, like the title. So let's also look at our toolbar. We have our toolbar here. We have all the tools we can use. On this one, the first one, in fact, when you put your mouse on it, it gives you what the icon here does. So the first one, as you can see, it creates new form. If we want to create a new form, this is where we will come. If we want to clone the existing form, this is where we come. If we want to delete the form, this is what we will use. These are your forms appearing here. So we have only one form. So when we want to put this form in order, if we want to rearrange them, maybe this should come first, this should come second. We use these two buttons. And if we want to view the property of our form, we just click this one. This for cut, copy, paste, and delete. When we have fields on this form, this will highlight. For now, we have no field, or we will not selected anyone. So when we select it, it will highlight. Then we come to the general label, the general field. These general fields, when we want to add for that required text for our users to enter text, we use this one. If we are creating a field for password, we use this one. When we are creating fields for numbers, we use this one, like currency numbers, general numbers, just numbers. We use this one. If we want to create calculated fields, we use this one. If we want to create date fields, date, so that the user can input something like the date of birth and so stuff, we use this one. If we want to create time field, we will use this one so that it can display the current time or time of whatever. We use this one. If we want to create drop-down list where it will contain predefined values or variables, something like salutation, where we have the Mr., Mrs., so that the person will just choose one. We use this one. And this one, we can use this for multi-line text field. This, when we have different, we have a text with multi-line or something like a list, we use this one. And when we want to have a checkbox, or yes or no box, we can use this one. And this, when we have a list, predefined list or drop down list, but we want the user to be able to select more than one variable or one item on the more than one item on the list, maybe 2 or 3. We use this one. That's the multi-select field. Then, as database, we know database always has to have, or any record should have a unique identity. So we will need an ID, and we'll use this for our ID. Then we have this used as our labels. When we have the field here in the design view here, you get to know the name of the fields, but when you don't add labels, the user might not know what your label is for. So the label tells the user what the field is. Then we have our bottomless action. This bottomless action, when we place them, we can add actions to them so that when the user click them, it will do something. It will call or it will call that action. Maybe like we can add this button to create a save button so that when the user clicks it, it will save the record. Or when he clicks it, it will delete the record, or those kind of stuff. Then we have this field with action with argument. So these ones, when we put them there, when they will also have arguments behind them. So they more work like this, but these are most of the time not really buttons to click. Yeah, they can receive the data, and when they receive the data and you press enter or something, then they will trigger the argument behind them. Then the next one will be our shapes. Maybe we want to try different shape, triangle or something. We want to create oval shape, something of that kind, and circle. This what we use. And okay, the next one will be a static image. Maybe we want to place our logo on the form. Static. This one, the user cannot change it, so this will be this is what we use. Then if we want to add an email field, email field. This is what we'll use. And if you want to add a URL which points to a website or a location, this is what we use. And database, when we want to add many-to-many records, many-to-many relationship field, is what we will use. We will get to understand many-to-many relationship field later. And then simple relationship field is what we use. The lookup for the relationship fields is what we use. And for the link to folders, if you want to call different folders just with a link, we use this, points to different folders. Then when we want the user to add his image or any image, we use this to create that fold. And if we want to have a file storage fold, we want to upload files into the database, this is what we will use. And if we want a rich text, text box with formatting, this is what we use. Then HTML, when we want to add HTML content to our database, this is what we use. So this is a very comprehensive application we have here. This Brilliant database is well organized, and you can do a lot of stuff. It's a very good application, and I will urge you to buy it, the full version, and try it. Yeah. So let's start something simple. Let's create our contact and see our contact database. So we need to have, what field do we need on this contact? What information do we want to get from our users? So I've created some simple field or information we want to have their title, whether it's Mr., Mrs., Dr., blah blah blah. Then we want to also have their first name. What is their first name? Then their last name, and what is their occupation. Then we probably have to also get their phone numbers and their email. Then maybe the state in which they live, province. This we have them, and the address. Maybe if we want to post something to them, what address should we use? We have it. Or maybe the street address or whatever. Then we should have their date of birth. Then we should have their age, so that we can know what kind of content we send to them. Then maybe a note to show something or to tell you something whenever you open the person's record. So let's start with the title, for which will be a drop-down list with predefined variables so that the user will select. So let's go to the drop-down list. Let's just click it. Then we have a simple list. This simple list, which means you have to enter your predefined list. With the list based on other lists, it means we have the list already there, and then we are picking it from those that list. Then we have list based on records. Maybe we have inputted some records already and we want our list to be based on those records. Then we use this. But up to now, we are using a simple drop-down list. So let's just keep it simple drop-down list and move on. And what name are we going to give it? This is going to be our title, the title of the person. So here we go. And it calls for the values. So these will be the values. Maybe we have something like Mr. Enter. Every new line is a different value. Mrs. Maybe Doctor. Brother. Sister. Let's just keep to this one. Then let's click OK, and so we have our list. Now you see this add edit list item. This allows the user to add extra titles to this already list we've made. So we can leave this one. When we leave this one and the person drops down the list and can't find the title he or she wants, he can simply click on this add list, edit list, and go add his or her own list. So let's leave this as it is. Now we have our first field. As I said, here at the back end or the design view, we know that there's our title field from the title written here. So we know, but the user cannot see that this is a title field. So for instance, let's go to the main database and see. So you see, we have the field here, but there is nothing telling the user that this is a title field. So you should pull down and use the title. These are our titles. And if the person wants to add a different title, he can just click on this and just add the title here. So as we were saying, there is nothing to show that the user, this is a title field. So let's create a label to tell the user that this is a title field. Let's go back there to the design view. The simple way to create a title, a label, is just to right click on the field, and then create label for element. Create label for element. We do this, and we have our label here. So we now see there is the label title. It uses the title of the field to create the label. The second way to create the label is to come to the label field or static here. Use it, click on it, and it will ask you what will be the name for the label. So we can just type our title, click OK, and we have our title there. Then we can align it or pull it to where we want to. But we already have this one, so we don't need to add this one, so we just delete it. Okay, so now that we have our title list, let's add our next field, which will be first name. So first name will be a test field because the user has to input that. He has to type the name there. We don't have the name of everyone to input it so that the user can select it. No, so we have to let the user type it. So we click on it, then we come to our form and we click on any part, and it will ask you for the name of the field. So we want it to be first name of the user. And we have the field. We are not formatting or we are not configuring any of the field for now. We are leaving them just as they are. So we have the first field. Let's create the label. We come to create label, and we have our label. Let's align it to the title. And then, this one with this application, actually, it requires any created form to have at least one text field. So it automatically always create a text field with the form when you create it new. So this was what came with the form. We can delete it as we don't need it. So let's delete it. And then let's delete its label too. And now here we have with only our created ones. So now we've created this one. Let's add the next field, which is the last name. So the last name is also a text field. Click it and come and click on the form. Then we have our last name. And here we are with our last name. Let's align it and let's create our label. And here we are, the label. The next field is occupation. We want the user to input the occupation by his or herself. So that will be another text field. Then occupation, we have it, the name. Then let's align it, and let's create the label. In fact, you can just click on any of them, do copy, then paste, and you have it. Then you can align it. You can do that. You will just have, then you will just change the name. What will be the next field after occupation? We have phone, but you know, this one, phone, we have to use numbers. We are using only numbers. There are no alphabets in the phone number, so it's better we restrict this field to a numeric field. Only numbers. So let's delete this, and you use numbers for that, so that when the user mistakenly inputs an alphabet, it won't work. So that will be our phones. Numbers. Nowadays, a lot of people use more than one phone, so we'll create more than one phone for that, for the phone. So let's resize it, then let's copy and paste, and let's just align it to this one, and here we are. So we have two fold for the phone. So let's click it, right click, we have create labels, and we have our label here. Then the next field will be email. So let's quickly go to our email. So then click it and name it email. So email we have here, and fill up. Then let's create our label, and our label we have. Then the next field will be our state. What state of province the person staying. So that will be a text box. We can use our text box, or we can just click on one field, which is a text field. As we copied, as we did, we can right click and do copy, or we can just press C, then you press V to paste. Then we have to align it here and just change name to what state. So here we have our state. We can create the label. Okay, so from state you have, I think, address. So let's just select all and pull them up here. Let's bring it down a little. Yep. So here we are. So the next field is address, which will also be a text box. And we have our address here. Let's align it. Then let's create our label, and there we have our address. Then the next one, I think, will be date of birth. So date of birth should be a date field. So let's come and pick our date field here. Then let's just click it And we can do DOB, date of birth, or for the sake of no users, let's just do it. So that can easily identify it. So here we have our date of birth, which is a date field. Okay, so let's just create our label, and we have our label here. So I think the last word will, okay, the next word will be age. The age should be a calculated field. We want the database to calculate the age for us and input it there. We don't want us to come and ask the person what is your age and then type it. No, we want the field to, we want the database to calculate the age for us and input it there. So we will use our mathematical field. Put it here, and that will be our age. So we have our age. This is where we have to input the formula to which the database will use to input to calculate the age. But let's leave it. Let's leave it now. We would configure it later. So we have the age here. Okay. So let's create a label, and we have our label, each label here. Then the last one, we can resize the form by just pulling these dots around them. Okay, we can just resize them how we want it. Okay, so this, I think the last field we need to add will be the note field. Then we'll be off for the day. The note field should be a multi-line text field. So let's just use this. Click here. We have our note. And here we are with our notes. Yep. Let's just create our label. Align it. And so we have our database. Let's just create a table here so that everyone will know this is the personal information info. Yes, and we have our personal info here. Let's change the font to something a little bold, or let's just bold it. Let's just bold it and change the size to 12 or 14. 14 will be okay. So we have 14. I think 14 is okay. Let's change it back to 12. Yeah, 12 is okay. 12 is okay. Yes, for now. So let's go to the front view and see, or the database, and see how the whole thing looks like. And here we are. We have a nice form. The user can easily enter every information, as we can see. The user can enter them here. So let's see. Let's enter one user recording. Let's see. We have brother James. Brother James. Yeah. James Daniel. Daniel was his occupation is was teacher. Then his phone number, blah 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 blah. Yeah, his phone number. He used only one phone. Then his email, James Daniel at gmail.com. And where does he stay? He stays on James Daniel Avenue, 134. Has his street address and what would be his state? Sorry, this should be his state. Where does his state? His state. This should rather be this should rather be the address. The state maybe James Fort. Fort will be his address. Then date of birth. Double click, and he was born in 1960. So let's go and see 1960. And here we have 1960. And he was born in the last month of the year, last December, then on the 10th day. So here we are, and we have it. We didn't, the database didn't calculate the age because we have not inputted the formula. So we'll do that later. And maybe if we want to add any question, we can just add it to any information, any notes, we can just add it to. So here we are. We have the filled our phone. Maybe we can just, if you want to create another different record, you can just right click here, or we can just scan here and do add new record, and we can add our new record here as we see here. Thank you for the day. If you like the tutorial, subscribe to it and give us also a comment if you have any question. We will continue with the rest of the database in the next tutorial. Watch out for it. Thank you.